Inside a chamber lavishly adorned in imperial gold, befitting the dignity of a sovereign, Tai Bai recounted his recent journey to the mortal world. Majesty, that is precisely what happened. Hearing this, the heavenly emperor frowned, his gaze sinking as he questioned with doubt. Only 25 years, and he has already mastered the heaven-piercing sword Dao. When Tai Bai loudly affirmed, "Indeed, I have investigated thoroughly, it is truly the heaven-piercing sword Dao." He even broke into a nervous sweat, pointing at the heavens as if to swear an oath. "The heaven-piercing sword formation can also be wielded," Tai Bai added, causing the heavenly emperor to fall into a long silence. The sight made Tai Bai even more anxious, as though he had committed some grave mistake. He tried to calm himself inwardly. "Stay steady, stay calm," he explained. "Ever since I arrived at the bitter cultivation Immortal Mountain, I discovered something amiss. Strange laws of power truly exist there. I pray your majesty will not hold me guilty." Suddenly, the heavenly emperor sighed, his face swelling with solemnity. I truly underestimated him. Meanwhile, Tai Bai's thoughts raced 1,000 miles away. It's over. His Majesty has already been swayed. Then, flipping his attitude faster than flipping a pancake, Tai Bai spread his arms wide, his face glowing with sycophantic admiration. As expected, Majesty's vision is unmatched. It is thanks to your wisdom he has been spared, otherwise, decades ago, that boy would already have perished. But the heavenly emperor grew weary, lying back with his head propped on one hand as he spoke in a stream of languid words. You mentioned the bitter cultivation Immortal Mountain, and the Fusang tree upon it. Then grant him some immortal water to aid the Fusang tree's growth. As for cultivation methods, do not bestow any. That youngster's techniques are far from simple. He may already have inherited the legacy of some immortal emperor. These words made Tai Bai tremble like a leaf, sweat rolling down his cheek as he stammered. The legacy of an immortal emperor? If we interfere, could it not? But before he finished, the heavenly emperor snorted dismissively. In his mind he imagined himself standing atop a sea cliff, golden radiance blazing from his body, heroic and unrivaled, declaring proudly, "What immortal emperor could compare with me?" Moreover, Hanju's karmic ties are so few, that immortal emperor likely did not deem him worthy of much. Then, casting a probing glance, the heavenly emperor dropped a question like a thunderbolt upon Tai Bai. After 10,000 years, should Hanju's talent stir the heart of that immortal emperor, do you think Hanju will heed him, or heed me? This caused Tai Bai to squint obsequiously and flatter. Naturally, he would follow Majesty. Inside the hall saturated with immortal aura, their conversation flowed. Do not dwell on hidden dangers, invest first, consider later. Just as with Hanju, a peerless genius of the heavens like him would never remain under another's banner. When Hanju achieves the throne of immortal emperor, how could he even place the heavenly emperor in his eyes? The heavenly emperor's gaze turned distant as he gave further analysis. In the Scarlet Cloud realm, there is also a mortal named Ji Xianxun who ascended. His ties with Hanju are not shallow. Though the heaven-piercing sword Dao severed much of their karma upon ascension, Hanju still preserved Ji Xianxun's lifeblood creation. The two will inevitably meet again someday. At this, Tai Bai imagined a steaming pot of ginseng chicken soup, nourishing and fragrant, and boasted, "That man, I heard, is also quite skilled at cooking." "Your Majesty, perhaps." The heavenly emperor raised 3 fingers. "Appoint Ji Xianxun as head chef general in the heavenly court's army. 7th rank immortal official's treatment. But ensure he does not disclose even half a word about the mortal realm." Tai Bai immediately cried, "Understood." Meanwhile, far away, Ji Xianxun stood dumbfounded, eyes wide, face blank. Who am I? Where am I? Standing among the supposed elite of the heavenly court. In the kitchens, he held a ladle in dazed disbelief. A fellow cook clad in golden armor shouted at him, "Hey! New recruit! Why are you standing around like you miss your wife? Get back to stewing the broth." In the blink of an eye 7 years passed. Before the leafless Fusang tree stretching high into the skies, Tai Bai exhaled with relief. Phew, it's finally done. He wiped the sweat from his brow, holding a flask of immortal water. Little friend Han, all 7 flasks have been poured. This will help the Fusung tree grow faster. Han Ju, standing beside him, smiled radiantly. Thank you, Senior Immortal. Tai Bai chuckled, stroking his beard with delight. There's no need to be so polite. You and I both serve His Majesty. We are equals. As if waiting for that very cue, Han Ju promptly corrected himself. In that case, I shall not stand on ceremony, elder brother Tai Bai. Tai Bai's face lit up even brighter, his laughter booming. Ha ha ha! Brother Han, if ever you have doubts, just come to me. Whatever I know, I shall surely share. After some pleasant exchanges, Han Ju produced a token inscribed with the words Heavenly Tao Order. Elder brother, I do have some doubts regarding this Heavenly Tao Order. Tai Bai explained, this? Within the Heavenly Tao Order, the ranking records are what matter most. The rest is of little importance. At those words, Han Ju sat down silently, his expression grave. So this Heavenly Tao Order actually contains the rankings of the myriad mortal realms. It was said there were more than 9,000 mortal worlds. Unexpectedly many. And this token possessed the authority to survey them all. One could even observe each mortal cultivator ascending to immortality. Truly a divine wonder. If I am bound to the Heavenly Tao Order, then I should test it myself. With resolve clear, Han Ju closed his eyes, drew a strand of spiritual sense from his consciousness, and let it flow into the Heavenly Tao Order lying before him. At once, the token rippled like a pool of water, waves spreading outward. In the blink of an eye, Han Ju was transported into a dark void beneath stormy skies. Before him rose an immense Heavenly Tao pillar, inscribed from top to bottom with dense characters. Han Ju's heart trembled. A stele. A record of the mortal realm rankings across the myriad worlds. Before his eyes, countless rows of names and numbers stretched upward, nearly 10,000 entries. Many rankings were shifting even as he watched. His eyes widened, mouth agape in awe. For example, among the countless beings of the myriad worlds, in order to climb to the summit they would stop at nothing. Han Ju read Namdong World, rank 9519, Suzhou World, rank 9520, Namno World, rank 9521, Yanqing World, rank 9522, Huayan World, rank 9523, Spellcraft World, rank 9524. Taichung World, rank 9525, Lianyun Gang World, rank 9526, Wuji World, rank 9527, Suqian World, rank 9528, Yangchu World, rank 9529, Xinjiang World, rank 9530. Then Han Ju muttered in shock, 9527, 9526, 9525. Our mortal realm is. Afterward, he began scrolling upward, searching for the rank he wanted. When he reached rank 4932, he blurted out, Crimson Cloud World, rank 4932. Knowing this from the Heavenly Tao Order, Han Ju poured out his thoughts like a rushing river. Not bad at all. Being somewhere in the middle avoids unwanted attention, perfect for quietly living on. Still, he wondered, what is this ranking based on? Overall strength? The number of living beings? That doesn't seem entirely realistic. Then he remembered what Tai Bai had said. You could click on the rankings to investigate each world's situation. Not only the world you belong to, but you could also peek into other worlds. Thinking of this, Han Ju pointed to the stone stele. A golden energy spread out, and he muttered, then let's check somewhere random. Within the top 100. Instantly, the golden light pulled him into a new dimension, like stepping through a gate of time. A moment later, a flash of light appeared in the endless darkness. Somewhere, a young girl with twin pink Sailor Moon-like pigtails, carrying bags of food in both hands, was angrily shouting, "What are you stopping me for? Robbery? Trying to assault me? Help, someone save me!" Opposite her, a few men frowned in annoyance and barked back, "What the hell? Our Soul Clan has no grudge with you. Why do you want to break off the engagement?" The girl wasn't one to back down. She raised her chin and snapped, "Because I want to. It's my right." Watching from the outside, Hanju rubbed his chin. Puzzled, their overall cultivation strength. It's definitely far beyond what cultivators from our Crimson Cloud world could compare with. This seems to line up with my guess. Still, maybe I should check the worlds ranked right below ours to confirm. He then shifted to another dimension. There, a man with wild hair was flailing in the sea, battered by waves, screaming to pump up his courage. Swimming furiously, he locked eyes on a golden trident floating before him. His eyes rolled white, his mouth wide open, shouting until bubbles filled the water. Schools of fish swam casually around him, completely unimpressed. Suddenly, the man clenched his teeth, face twisted as if constipated, and growled, "For my beloved!" He grabbed the trident, leapt high above the waves, and roared, 180,000 Jin, see God's triumph. At the same time, 4 pairs of pure white wings sprouted from his back, flapping mightily as he displayed his majesty. Seeing this, Hanju broke out in cold sweat, eyes wide. Being able to lift 180,000 Jin is impressive. But calling oneself a god? Not so easy. Isn't that just the daily training load of a nascent soul cultivator? Finally, Hanju scrolled further, and then, he froze. On the screen was a silly-looking child, no more than 3 years old, round-eyed, mouth agape. One hand clutched a milk carton, while with a single finger of the other hand he lifted an enormous boulder weighing 180,000 kilograms. Hanju nearly shouted aloud, What the hell? A 3-year-old child? It didn't stop there. The child casually tossed the massive stone into the horizon, waving his hand and chirping, "Sorry for the trouble." After gawking for a while, Hanju sighed deeply. So the higher the rank, the greater the overall strength, huh? Makes sense. Still, having too high a rank might bring unnecessary trouble. Better not to compete, let others show off. As for us, doing our best quietly is enough. Maybe I can ask Tai Bai later if there's a way to stabilize Crimson Cloud World's ranking. For now, let's test the other functions of the Heavenly Tao Order. Before his eyes, countless film strips floated by, blue skies, thick forests, vast grasslands, even modern cities with skyscrapers. Hanju's eyes widened in wonder. So this is the perspective of the Heavenly Tao itself? Interesting. Suddenly his gaze froze, eyes dimming with nostalgia. It's been so long. How does it feel to be reincarnated? He saw Xu Fan sitting cross-legged, stirring food in a small pot. Hanju whispered in his heart, Xu Fan. As more images passed, he spotted disciples and old friends. Looks like they're doing well. As long as they remain in Crimson Cloud World, I can always find them. If fate allows, perhaps I can even use the Heavenly Tao Order to grant them opportunities. On the simulated topographical map, a red dot suddenly appeared, marking Xu Fan's location. At that moment, Xu Fan shivered, instantly alert. He looked up at the sky, where blinding light pierced through the clouds. Startled, he dropped the spoon in his hand and exclaimed, "Heavenly tribulation. Just for cooking instant noodles? In broad daylight, no less? And it even locked onto my soul? Damn it, who's plotting against me?" Enraged, Xu Fan clenched his fists and cursed at the heavens, "Damn you! Even made me drop my spoon! To hell with you, Heavenly Tao, I'll fight you to the end." But then, out of nowhere, a torrent of golden liquid poured down upon him. Stunned, he stammered, This is fortune? Gulp. 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 From afar, Hanju folded his arms and burst into joyous laughter. From now on, at least my people will have backing. Suddenly, the system prompt appeared, Misfortune Codex upgraded, now a supreme treasure of the Tai grade. Hanju blinked in confusion. Wait. What does that even mean?